in foreign currency. The day when you purchase the investment, you recognize it. Suppose you have purchased an investment worth $10,000. Okay, you have purchased. On the day you purchase, you paid only 50 rupees per dollar. You have purchased an investment. It's an asset for you. So we'll recognize it at the rate at which the dollar rate was prevailing on the rate of transaction. On balance sheet date, you have not sold the investment, but investment value has increased. Why investment value has increased? The dollar rate has increased. You are holding an asset worth $10,000. On balance sheet date, the same investment is now not worth 50 rupees per dollar, it is 60 rupees per dollar. Just do some calculation, $10,000, or do it like this. $20,000 into 50 rupees. Suppose this was the value of the investment on the date when you purchased it. Okay. On balance sheet day, the investment is still worth $20,000, but the dollar rate has increased to 60 rupees. So now what will be the value of the investment in your books? $20,000 into 60 rupees, it will be 12 lakhs. So it is initially recognized at 10 lakh, restated at 12 lakh. So now the investment value has increased. So what is the entry will pass? Investment account debtor to foreign exchange gain. Now this foreign exchange gain is not realized in cash. Do you understand? But this investment may be included in closing cash balance. Investment, it's a cash and cash equivalent. So as per our books, we are saying that the investment value is 12 lakh rupees and we are including it as part of cash and cash equivalents. But actually, has your cash balance increased? How has the cash balance increased? Because of revaluation profits. Actually, the cash balance is $20,000, but we are restating it at 12 lakh rupees. You have increased the value of cash in your books. Without cash being received, you have increased the value of cash which is there in your books. Are you able to understand? That is why we treat it as a non-cash receipt. Okay. Same reconciliation which you prepared, you can prepare it in a reverse order also. Closing cash balance as per books minus unrealized foreign exchange gain, you will get closing cash balance as per the cash flow statement. I think you have that statement with you, no? You can prepare the reconciliation other way also, right? Last problem. Reconciliation in another way. Closing cash balance as per books. Closing cash balance as per books 10 lakh less. See, now you have to understand that this closing cash balance might include some unrealized foreign exchange gain. I just told you an example, no? When you have purchased an investment, short-term investment, when you purchase the investment, you pass the entry investment account out to bank 10 lakh rupees. $20,000 into 50 rupees, 10 lakh. But when you restate the same investment, you pass the entry investment account debtor to foreign exchange gain 2 lakh rupees. But if you see the closing balance of investment in your books, it is 12 lakh. Investment balance has increased and we show investment as part of cash and cash equivalents. But actually, did you receive some cash? Because of restating dollars into rupees, the value of investment has increased. But did you actually physically receive some 2 lakhs rupees of cash? No. So this 12 lakh includes 2 lakhs rupees of unrealized gain, we can say. That you have to show as a subtraction. Write down closing cash book balance. Closing cash balance as per books 10 lakh less unrealized foreign exchange gain, which might be included in the closing cash book balance. You will get closing cash balance as per the cash flow statement. Suppose, I can give you a better example. Suppose, forget about debtors. You have dollars with you. You receive physically dollars. On the day you receive those dollars, suppose you have received $20,000. I think you know the dollar currency, no? On a particular day you sold goods to a customer. Customer, instead of paying you cash, he gave you dollars. He gave you $20,000. Can you say dollars in your, can you show dollars in your books? It is cash, but it is not in Indian rupees, it is in terms of dollars. You have $20,000 in your hand. So how will you show dollars in your books? You will show it in terms of Indian rupees. You may not sell it, but when you want to record it in your books, you have to convert it into INR. So $20,000 into 50 rupees, how much is it? 10 lakh. So instead of showing $20,000 in balance sheet, I will show 10 lakh rupees of cash in my books of accounts. But suppose I don't sell dollars, I saw the dollar currency, I felt the notes feel very, very good, and I did not have the courage to go to a exchanger or a, you can say a money seller, give the dollar to him and take Indian rupees. So I wanted to preserve it, I kept it safely in a birwa near Lakshmi Devi, and I am doing puja every time. That is what we do, no? New notes we keep near Lakshmi Devi, new coins we keep near Lakshmi Devi. So I felt this $20,000 bundle is equal to God, so we are putting it near the God. On balance sheet date, you still have those $20,000, but the value of each dollar is now 60 rupees. Now you will show how much cash balance in your books now, balance sheet. You will say 12 lakhs. But did you physically receive 2 lakhs rupees of extra Indian rupees, I am asking? No. So without receiving cash, your increased cash balance was. So how has cash balance increased? Because of foreign exchange gain. So it is not a cash flow, hence I am excluding. So now do problem of 14. If you have not understood